Enrico Montesano is a popular actor for theatre and cinema in Italy, as well as a showman. Career: Montesano comes from a family involved in theatre, and he made his debut in 1966 in a show named Humor Nero, alongside Vittorio Metz. Later he became a very popular actor both on theatre and on television, thanks to his burlesque and brilliant style, and so during '70s he took part in several Italian comedies. He is probably best known for the role of Armando Ippolito Pellicci in the cult movie Febbre da Cavallo, directed by Steno, but also for the role of Caleb the Good Thief from Il Ladrone, directed by Pasquale Festa Campanile. Montesano won a David di Donatello as Best New Director for the movie A Mi Piazza, in which he is both actor and director. His career continued from 1967 to 2010. Personal life: Montesano is married to Teresa Tresorio. He is the father of 6 children. From a previous marriage he has 2 sons and 1 daughter. Another son was born to him by a longtime fiancée, Marina Spadaro, and 2 more he has by his present wife. He is an avid fan of the football team SS Lazio. Filmography: 1967, Stesa mi Butter, directed by Ettore Maria Fizzarotti. 1967, Io non protesto, Io amo, directed by Ferdinando Baldi. 1967, Nel Sole, directed by Aldo Grimaldi. 1968, Zum 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 la Canzone, Che mi passa per la testa, directed by Bruno Corbucci and Sergio Corbucci. 1968, L'Oro del Mondo, directed by Aldo Grimaldi. 1968, Dun, Botta e Salieri, directed by Ruggero Deodato. 1969, I Quattro del Paternoster, directed by Ruggero Deodato. 1970, Io non scappo, Fogo, directed by Franco Prospera. 1971, Io non vedo, Tu non parla, Lui non sont, directed by Mario Camerini. 1971, Io non spezzo, Rompo, directed by Bruno Corbucci. 1971, Il furto e l'anima del commercio, directed by Bruno Corbucci. 1972, Il terror con gli occhi storti, directed by Steno. 1972, Causa di divorzio, directed by Marcello Fondata. 1972, Boccaccio, directed by Bruno Corbucci. 1972, Il Pro d'Anselmo e il suo Scudiero, directed by Bruno Corbucci. 1973, La Signora è stata violentata, directed by Vittorio Sindoni. 1975, Amor Vuol Gelosia, directed by Mauro Severino. 1976, L'Italia sei rotta, directed by Steno. 1976, Febbre da Cavallo, directed by Steno. 1976, Remo e Romolo, Storia di due figli di una lupa, directed by Castellacci and Pinguetta. 1976, Spogliamo Cicosi, Senza Pudor, directed by Sergio Martino. 1976, 40 gradi all'opera del Lenzuolo, directed by Sergio Martino. 1976, Tutti possono ricercare tranne povera, directed by Mauro Severino. 1977, Stato Interessante, directed by Sergio Nascar. 1977, Il marito in collegio, directed by Maurizio Lucida. 1977, Tre Tigre contro Tre Tigre, directed by Sergio Corbucci and Steno. 1977, Pain, Burro e Marmolata, directed by Giorgio Capitani. 1977, Melodramor, directed by Maurizio Costanzo. 1977, Neron, directed by Castellacci and Pinguetta. 1978, Tutto suo padre, directed by Maurizio Lucida. 1978, La Braha del Padrone, directed by Flavio Mofferini. 1978, Io Tigro, Tu Tigre, Egla Tigre, directed by Giorgio Capitani. 1979, Amor in Prima Class directed by Salvatore Sampieri. 1979. Aragosta a Colazione directed by Giorgio Capitani. 1980. Odio la Beyond directed by Giorgio Capitani. 1980. Qua la Mano directed by Pasquale Festa Campanile. 1980. Il Ladrone directed by Pasquale Festa Campanile. 1981. Quando la Coppia Scoppia directed by Steno. 1981. Culo e Camiscia directed by Pasquale Festa Campanile. 1981. Camera d'Albergo directed by Mario Monicelli. 1982. Il Paramedico directed by Sergio Nascar. 1982. Più bello di così si muore directed by Pasquale Festa Campanile. 1982. Grand Hotel Excelsior directed by Castellano and Pipolo. 1982. Il Conte Taccia directed by Sergio Corbucci. 1983. Sing Sing directed by Sergio Corbucci. 1984. Mi Faxia Causa directed by Steno. 1984. Sotto. Strapazzito da Renoma la Passione directed by Lena Werth-Muller. 1984. I Do Carabinieri directed by Carlo Verdun. 1985. A Mimi Piazza directed by Enrico Montesano. 1986. Grandi Magazzini directed by Castellano and Pipolo. 1986. Il Tenente dei Carabinieri directed by Maurizio Ponzi. 1987. New Uomini Jury directed by Maurizio Ponzi. 1988. Il Volpone directed by Maurizio Ponzi. 1988. I Picori directed by Mario Monicelli. 1991. Pida Piatti directed by Carlo Vanzina. 1993. Kino e Kino directed by Alessandro Benvenuti. 1994. Onchi Commercialista Hanno Ananima directed by Maurizio Ponzi. 2002. Febbre da Cavallo, La Mandricata directed by Carlo Vanzina. 2007. Il Lupo directed by Stefano Calvagna. 2008. Bastardi directed by Federico Del Zoppo and Andres Alce Maldonado. 2009. X directed by Fausto Brizzi. 2010. Tutto l'amor del mondo directed by Riccardo Grandi.